Welcome to Christy's Bits of Wisdom podcast. I'm your host, Christy. My goal is to help you start your mornings off right by sharing a short story or a parable that will motivate and encourage you to live your best life with God. By using the infinite wisdom found in His Word, you truly can live a life of happiness and peace in Christ. I'm living proof. I hope you'll stick around and subscribe. Also, if you like what you hear, please share with your friends and family so they can scoop up some bits of wisdom for themselves. Hey guys, welcome to today's episode of the podcast. Today is Wednesday, and I hope you had a great Tuesday. And yay, it's hump day, so you're halfway through the middle of the work week. And then this weekend is 4th of July weekend, so it's going to be a long weekend, time to spend it with family, have cookouts, and do all the things that you usually do on Independence Day. Today is the third day, and this whole week is a week of how-to. It's like how-to series. And this was inspired by my friend Pam Goodwin. Because I told her, I was looking for topics to discuss on this podcast. And, although I like to talk about the Lord and stuff, there's other things that I can talk about as well. And she gave me sort of like a list of like, hey, you could talk about this and talk about that. And she was the one that inspired me, how to talk about, or to talk about how to write a book. So thank you, Pam. I appreciate that. And so then I got to thinking after those 2 days, I thought, well, what do you do with the book after you write it? Well, you have to sell it. How do you sell it? So today I want to call this one, and this is probably going to be today, Thursday, and Friday, because this is pretty long. So it's going to be the next 3 podcasts. So this one is how to market yourself, how to market your book after you've written it, how to market it. And like I said, Monday and Tuesday, I am no expert on anything at all. I don't claim to be an expert in any area of my life, and I don't claim to be an expert on writing or marketing. I don't have a background in journalism. I don't have a background in marketing or anything like that. But I can tell you, what I've done and what has worked for me. And I can tell you a little bit about what I've done lately that has gotten me exposure on a level that I've never had before. So I'll go into that in a few minutes. But there's several different ways that you can market your book, market yourself, market your product, no matter what it is. And the first way, of course, we all know because we use it every single day, that's social media. Everybody is on social media every day. Some of us stay on it longer than others, and I'll admit to that. I constantly have my phone with me no matter where I'm at. Um, and I'm constantly looking at Facebook or Instagram or Twitter. I get notifications, and when I see one, I'll click over and check it. So you see these people that I follow on Twitter or Instagram or even Facebook. When they do something and it pops down in my notifications, what do? First thing I do, I go click on to see what's going on in their life. So you have to do the same thing too that they're doing. See, they're already doing it, and they've got you invested in what they're doing, or me. They have me invested, in what they're doing to the point where as soon as they, publish a post, I'll go check it out. So if I want to put my product out there or my book, I have to do the same thing. I have to get people, invested in what I've done to the point where when I post something, they'll go click on it and see what's going on in my life. So anyway, the way that you use social media, and like I said, I'm no expert. I'm not even an expert in social media. I can just tell you what's worked for me. What I do is I start to build buzz. And so about probably 5 to 6 months, before I release a book, I'll start to tell people, hey, I'm 6 months out from my book. I'm 5 months out from my book. I'm 3 months out. And so I just keep that going. I don't do it every day, certainly not that far out. That far out, I'll maybe do it like, maybe 2 times a month or whatever, maybe just the one time. Hey, I've got this book coming up, I plan on releasing this book, and like me and Pam are working on a book now. We're planning on releasing it at the end of September, 1st of October. So here in about, probably next in the next few days, I'll start to build buzz about that. So, so yeah, you just kind of put it out there, and then the closer it gets, the more you do posts about it, and especially in like the last month, man, I wear it out. I'm like, I just I start to say, cover reveal coming soon, and I'll have the lady who does my covers, I'll have her do like she'll lay a I don't know how she does it, but she's a graphic designer, and so she'll put a picture together of like the corner of my cover, and it looks like a piece of brown paper's torn off of it, so they can barely see a little bit of it, and so that creates this buzz and this excitement. Oh, what does her cover look like? Oh gosh, so people get excited about it and they get built up. And so you just have to create this excitement. You have to make other people want your product as much as you want to sell it, or more. You have to create a demand for what you're supplying, because if there's no demand for what you're supplying, then you're not going to sell anything. And so how do you do that? You get people excited. It's just, I've been in sales all my life, and so anything I've ever sold, I've had to get people excited about it. I remember working, I was manager of a shoe store, and we sold these. I hate to say it like this, but I called them old lady shoes. They were SAS, and they were very popular shoes among the older crowd. Those were the ugliest shoes I've ever seen in my life, but they were very comfortable for older people, especially people who had bunions, or just any kind of foot problems. And they were very expensive back then. I'm talking, this was like 2000, 2001. Those shoes, it was nothing for a woman to pay $70, $80 for a pair of those shoes. And they were so ugly, but they needed them for comfort. And, but I hate to say this, but every lady that came in, you know, like I said, I had a whole wall of those shoes, and I wanted to move those shoes. And so I would tell those ladies, I would say, this is my favorite pair. Now, it wasn't my favorite pair in the whole store, but it was probably my favorite pair among the ugly shoes. I mean, so I wasn't lying, not really, because amongst all those ugly shoes, I picked out the prettiest pair there was. So I would say, this is my favorite pair. But you see, I got them excited about it. And so even if it's even if it's the worst thing ever, you still have to get people excited about something in sales. Now, when you're trying to market your book or your product or whatever, you have to really believe in that. You have to be happy with the end result. You have to be happy with the end result. I have to be happy with my book. I have to be satisfied with it. I have to know that I've told a good story. Or I won't be able to convince anybody to buy it or believe in it like I do. So anyway, you got to use social media to build that buzz up. And then do a cover reveal. What I do, um, I do that online, and I used to do them live. I don't really do them so much live anymore. I can just record a video, do a cover reveal, post it, and people can watch it whenever they want to. But you get people excited about that too. Oh, I'm going to do a cover reveal next Tuesday, cover reveal tomorrow, cover reveal at noon. Stay tuned for my cover reveal. And people get excited. Um, and then you can also do a launch party. I love having launch parties. Like, I love it. Now, with COVID, everybody's doing everything virtual nowadays. Well, which, it's the end of June 2021. So I think more people are getting back to normal. But it's still okay, to do a book launch, a virtual book launch. You just have, you can even do it live if you want to, but just something that gets people together, gets people to tune in, and creates that buzz around your book or your product. The second thing you can do is an in-person book launch. And like I said, those are my absolute favorites. Anytime I can have a get together or a party with my friends or with people, honey, I'm all for that. I love that. I'm a people person, and I just love that. Um, and one way you can do it is you can match your party to like the theme of your book. So, for example, if you write Christian books, like a devotional, like my book, Speak Life, then you can consider having your book launch like in your church's fellowship hall, or asking your pastor to maybe speak about your book, like, give him a free copy, let him read it, or your pastor's wife, or just whoever, an elder in the church, and just kind of center your party um, around your book's theme. Um, if your book is a mystery, you can consider doing a theme that has like your main character, or like all of your characters. Um, so you could like put place settings on the tables with your characters' names on them, and then let people just kind of choose where they want to sit, and just say, today I'm going to refer to you. Let's say you have a character named Jessica, and she's the maybe like the main character, and today you refer to that person as Jessica, and you just refer to those people as your character names. And that's always fun, because then that pulls them into the story. And like, if your budget allows, you could even decorate the room to look like the town that your book is set in. So I know for my book, Ultimate Betrayal, a lot of it took place in Nag's Head. That's my favorite place to be. And that's my favorite beach ever is Nag's Head. So if I wanted to do, let's say, a book launch for that, and I wanted to go with that theme, then I could decorate it to look like, the ocean, or like have things that pertain to whatever the town it is. Make it fun, just make it fun, to where the readers and the people that come to your party really feel like they're taking part in it, and like they're a part of the story. That way, when they take the book home, and every time they look at it, they'll remember, they'll equate that book with not only being a good book, but with fun too, and they'll think about how fun your party was, and then that those memories will be associated with each other, and in turn, then that'll cause them to want to come to your next book launch if you ever write another book. So, take it from me, I know how to get people engaged, and it all comes from my sales background. That's where it all comes from. But engagement and getting people to feel included, and then causing them to want what you have, is the key to anything. I don't care what you're selling; it's the key to it all. So anyway, another way that you can market yourself or your product, your book, is to have an author page on social media, on Amazon, where Amazon lets you have a free author page. Go in there, put your picture, put your bio, list all of your books. I mean, that's a place where the reader can go and learn about you. I want to know who's writing the books that I read. I mean, I'll never know them personally, but I like to know a little bit about people in real life. And I want to know where they're from, and how they got into writing, and that really interests me. So if you have an author page, on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, Goodreads, Amazon, whatever, and you keep that up, and constantly post pictures. You can even post pictures of your book launches. Each time, that you mail out a signed copy, take a picture of yourself at the post office. Hey, I do that. Like, anything that's going to engage people, and get them interested in what you're doing, and that's going to make them feel like that they're a part of it. And people like that, they really do. And I have neglected my author page so bad. Like, my website, I have neglected that so badly, because I've had so many other things going on in my life. And that's the fourth thing I want to talk about, is have a website. If you can afford it, have a website. Um, I don't know if there are any free websites. I don't think so. But even Weebly, I know with my nonprofit organization, I have a website through Weebly, and it's only $17 a month. That's not much. But I think if you have like a .com or something like that, it's a little bit more. If you don't go like through Weebly, I don't know how all that works. My son does all that. But it's important to have a place where your readers can go and find all of your books, find out all about you, know where you're from, like I said before. If you have time, occasionally, post a blog on there. Just post a blog about what you're doing, or maybe about your characters. You can write anything. As long as people feel like they know you and you're relatable to them, they're more likely to follow you and purchase your products. And if you don't have time, then make time. But like I said, I need to take my own advice, but I have been so busy in my life. Last year I had breast cancer and that put me down. I couldn't even do literally anything. And I was still going to college and working on my degree at that time. And it was all I could do to do that. But I really do need to, take time out to work on my website, ChristyAdamsAuthor.com, ChristyAdams-author.com, I think. um, but anyway, because I've heard a lot of people say recently that Facebook is not really where it's at anymore. That people are kind of phasing out. I've heard that rumor that more people are putting their energy into Instagram, that that's the big thing now. So I need to get more of a Instagram presence. Even people are using TikTok, which I don't know how to use TikTok. I tried. I don't even really know what that thing is for. I don't understand it. So all these kids are using all this new stuff. But anyway, if you can hire somebody to do all this for you. I can't. I don't have the means to do that. To have like a social media manager. I just don't have the means for that. Some people do, some people don't. I can't do that right now. So, you got to work within your budget. You got to do what you can do. You just got to do what you can do at that time. But also, you can put it on your LinkedIn page. That you're an author, and just you just got to share it. You got to share it everywhere on social media. But this I'm going to end it for today, and I'll pick back up tomorrow. We're going on a little over 16 minutes now. I think that's plenty long enough, and we'll cover some more tomorrow, and then on Friday. But I hope that I've said something today that's helped you to think about how you can take what I've said and like use it and benefit from it, because I just want to help everybody, and I want you to. I'm just telling you the things that have worked for me. Listen, I'm sure there's a lot more stuff out there that I don't know anything about, but so far these are the things that I have found that's worked for me. They're fun. They get people invested in my work, and they get people excited about what I'm doing, and yeah, they've worked for me. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great rest of your Wednesday, and I will see you tomorrow.